Hey everybody, this is Technical Indicator of iHub's Penny Stock Express doing a member requested video chart on SAEIE. You can watch it in high def, just expand and select 720p. I'm going to start with a 1 month, 10-day hourly chart, then I'll show you the 6-month daily chart. The only reason I want to start with an hourly chart is because you can identify a pattern here. There's not a lot of history on this stock, so you kind of have to watch intraday charts to understand where it might be going, where the buyers and the sellers are, so you can identify intraday support and resistance. Basically, if we look at the 20th, the 21st, and the 22nd, it's going to be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You have an open at 0.0043 and it looks like the stock really hit bottom. The buyers start coming in and everybody gets excited about it and it shoots up big time, all the way from sub-penny to 3 cents. Pulls back the next day on Thursday and everybody who bought at these highs is crying. All right, this last hour of trading, everybody's excited. Anybody who bought at the end of the day thinking it was going to gap up, they guessed wrong and it came down big time. So if you didn't have a manual stop loss on this, then obviously you were buying around, I don't know, 3 cents and holding around, 1 cent. So pretty big loss there, almost 66%. The next day, they got lucky, however. If they didn't create their stop loss themselves, it shot right back up and it recovered the gains and or the losses, I should say. Basically, this becomes resistance right here, so that's why I put the line in. Anybody who bought here lost the next day, they just want to break even and go into the weekend and have a good time at happy hour and not have lost big time. So they get their 66% back. That creates resistance for everybody else. Once that resistance is broken, the stock continues on after the lunch hour, which is typically a dead trading time of the day anyways. It goes bullish for a couple of hours and then it just trades back and forth to close. I think at one point it was at 42 around 3:30 p.m. I was doing a tutorial for level 2 actually, because the stock was active, so it was an easy stock to do tutorial with. Your support's going to be right here at 3 cents, and your resistance is going to be right up here at the close, as well as the MA200. Now I'm going to switch over to show you the volatility on this stock to a 6-month daily chart. All right, the stock's been actually open less than a year, trading less than a couple of months. This 40 cents means nothing. There's just no buyers, no sellers, so the price really means nothing. Don't gauge that. Even this 20-cent range really means nothing. There's just no buyers and sellers. It's not until the stock starts to get active through the 18-cent drop right here where you have sell, 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 sell. All right, this is sellers. Buyers come back in. Now we establish the first round of resistance, and the reason we establish resistance is anybody who's buying in these ranges and not getting rid of their shares creates resistance because the stock immediately after 5 days or 1 week pulls back. So they're stuck and it pulls back and gets into the 2-cent range, and then anybody who bought in these days is stuck when it pulls back down to the sub-penny land. So you got resistance in and around 3.5 and you got resistance in and around 5.25. All right, you can see that stock shot up to around these ranges several days in a row, anywhere between 2.7 and 3.5. So that's your resistance points, and it breaks it today. So now these become support points, but it's not going to be strong support. So you get support at 2.7 area, all right, and then 1.9 area, or essentially 2 cents. So 0.027 and 0.02. That's your support. Your resistance, I would say it's still right here at 3.6, and after 3.6, it's going to be around 5 cents, and then around 8 or 9 cents. All in all, it's very hard to chart a stock like this because there's just no history. I did the best I could. Hopefully it helps out. What's important for you to understand is this right here. People who bought here lost on Thursday. They were the sellers that slowed the stock down right here. Okay, so it's a very, very good chart pattern to pick up on right there, or trend to pick up on right there. It very clearly shows how resistance is set on a stock, and then you just have to understand it over a long period of time. Unfortunately, the stock just doesn't have a long period of time for us to analyze. So the reliability of what I just said in the last 4 minutes is suspect, but I did the best I could. Hopefully you enjoyed the video analysis. SAEIE trades on the OTCBB. Very, very active over the last 3 days. Who knows what it'll do next week. All right, join me over at the Penny Stock Express. I'll catch you guys later. Here's my disclosure.